GNT show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discussion is advice. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Shall we just start right off the bat with a Las Vegas update?
Are we still talking Vegas, right?
We are.
Talking about Vegas.
Yes. You're coming to Vegas, right? Star Trek Las Vegas may take place every August, but on this show...
This is where we hang out the rest of the year.
Exactly.
The crew has been fatigued now from so many months in space, and they need to take a break. The landing party has been down to check out the terrain while the crew gets ready to play. They say there's only plant life living on this lovely rock, but a rodent up here's wearing a vest.
And Jolon True Bitches, this is Gettysburg 7 from the G&T show here at Star Trek Las Vegas 2015, and I'm on the convention floor, and this is a real pleasure. As you know, Star Trek Online, huge part of our show, huge part of our fandom, and I'm looking at, right now, a fan who, she'll describe her Stowe costume that she's wearing, and she's pretty beautiful to boot.
She's very beautiful.
And let's get your names.
I'm Reuel. I play Suvok on Star Trek Online.
And I'm Laura. I play Tasala on Star Trek Online. We're both with the Zenus Expeditionary Force. We're one of the larger role-playing fleets in the game.
And let's talk, because you came by yesterday to the Meet the Devs, and we were drooling over your outfit.
I am wearing the Odyssey formal variation. The coloration I have going on right now is red on bottom, black on the shoulders. This is our fleet uniform. We have two versions of the formal Odyssey. We have our Class Bs, which is sort of the business suit version, and then the Class As, which is all white for us. So right now I am wearing the Class Bs, which is basically a fancier version of our standard duty uniforms.
I also have both variants of the costume. Unfortunately, I'm not wearing them right now.
He's naked.
Yes. Which
he just went to a Betazoid wedding.
And at a Star Trek convention, this seems to be, par for the course. So, I'm fitting right in.
Now, talk about the construction of this and what you went through.
Well, originally last year I made the standard duty uniforms. I made the fleet version, which was the red on bottom, black on top. And I also made the new STO cannon, the 2410 version, which is a white shouldered on top if you're a starship captain. And so I made both versions. And I had help from a woman named Karen McKnight, who I've been working with since I was in high school. We worked on several musicals together, and I'm sort of her apprentice, so to speak, and she's so talented. She did a lot of the very nitpicky parts while I stood by and helped, and it was a teamwork, but this never would have come together if it wasn't for her. There are 24 pieces to the standard Odyssey uniform in terms of seams. And separate pieces to sew back together. This is not counting the pipings and the zippers and the snaps or anything of that sort. To change it to the Class Bs is still 24 pieces, even though there's slight variations on it. There's just different cuts in the different places, and it still comes out to 24 pieces to make one jacket.
And how long did it take?
Both of them, I would say 30 plus hours of work.
And how many now? Are you two the only ones, or does everybody in your fleet have one?
We're the only two right now, but more of our fleet are going to start trying to make them.
Now that there's a pattern for the costumes, it's a lot easier to start reproducing them. But, for instance, the Odyssey dress variant, this is the first time it's been made. It's just seeing its debut at this convention. Now we can kind of disseminate the patterns, though, amongst our fleet mates that are interested. And hopefully you'll see more of the ZEF next year in uniform.
And talk to me about your fleet. How many people are there?
We have about 70 people in the fleet, about 240 some odd characters total, including main characters and alts. We're primarily a role-playing fleet, and we...
For somebody that's never played the game or is just starting, Describe what that means.
A role-playing fleet is we generate characters that interact with one another in the Starfleet universe. Our interactions are meant to be sort of like make-believe. You are playing the role of a character in the Starfleet universe. Generally speaking, that would be Starfleet characters, but we also have Klingons and people from various other species as well. And we tell stories set in the STO canon Starfleet, Star Trek universe, and usually you'll have an event 2, 3, 4 times a week, ranging from as many as 5 players participating, and some of the bigger events, 25 to 30 players.
Now, how long have you both been playing?
I've been playing for about 3 years.
I've been playing for about 2.5 now.
Right. And we actually met by playing together on Star Trek Online.
Our
And the whole audience just went, "Aww."
Yeah, our characters kind of fell for each other, and then we started talking in real life and realized that the chemistry wasn't through the characters, it was actually us. And we were careful, and we hung out several times yeah, it was real love.
But isn't that a Star Trek thing?
It is.
And the friendships that you make in the game or here at the convention. Now, is this your first convention here?
This is our first convention, and interestingly enough, we've had about 10 of our fleet mates meet with us here at this convention. And a lot of them we're just meeting face to face for the very first time.
But it's like we've been with them years and years. It's like we've been hanging out every day.
But you have.
We have. Even though this is the first time we've actually been close enough to shake hands and hug, we hang out with these people every day. It's as though we had just seen them yesterday anyways, face to face.
So what is your thought, since this is your first Star Trek Las Vegas, will you be coming back?
We're certainly going to try. We're veterans of Dragon Con. This is
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
That's one of my bucket lists.
Yes.
It's a great
It's
convention.
huge. That one's 60,000 people.
I won't go to San Diego. It's too crowded.
Dragon Con is crowded, but the whole mindset is different than Comic Con. Comic Con's really kind of an industry con. Dragon Con's about people who love geek culture, partying together. Though there's a lot.
There's a lot of partying.
Here at
Atlanta's not a good city for that.
But here at Star Trek Vegas, we've had a great time. We got to meet the developers at Star Trek Online, and they were very friendly folks. And this it has a lot more opportunity to just socialize in a more relaxed, as I see.
More focused.
Yeah, more focused.
What did you think about yesterday's panel with the Star Trek Online developers?
We are so excited for the new
New Dawn.
For New Dawn. We've done a lot of Starfleet and lore, and we are excited to see what the new page is going to be and get back to exploration.
Right, exactly.
The war was fun, but now
The war was fun.
we're going to get back to the exploration stories, and that's what Starfleet's about.
Yeah, Star Trek has always been, trying to find the peaceful solution even in the face of adversity. Not to say that we don't all like action, but that's been a really prevalent theme in STO for a long time now. So it'll be nice to see them get back to the themes of exploration, diplomacy, and trying to find a peaceful solution in that more sci-fi type vein as opposed to the action type vein.
The developers have worked so hard on everything.
Yeah.
We just adore them. We've been hanging out with them all weekend, and they've just been absolutely wonderful.
And you know the beautiful thing? They're going to stay in touch with you through the years.
They will.
They're great people. Some of my best friends that I've made through the game are the developers. My doppelganger Nick.
Aw,
Right.
that's awesome.
Now, how can people, if they're interested, find out about your fleet or join your fleet?
We have an engine page, which is zeforce.engine.com. And that is kind of our homepage where you can...
And that's Z as in Zeta, E as in Echo, Force. All one word, ZEforce.ENJIN.com.
That's right. There you'll be able to get a taste of the themes of what our roleplay fleet is about, the types of stories we tell. As well, you'll be able to see on our front page several videos that were composed by our videographer, Alan Cahan, who's a really talented guy. He uses the demo record feature in-game to create trailers for the various seasons that we do for our stories.
Like Foundry authors.
Yes, absolutely. And if you're interested in seeing more of those videos, you can type in Zenus Expeditionary Force.
ZENAS?
That's correct. In YouTube. And you'll be able to see all of the content that he's composed over the last year and a half.
And we will have those links that we just said on our webpage so that people can go to it. And now, do you have a Twitter handle for the fleet or anything?
We do.
CEF_STO, I believe it is.
Goodness, let me pull up our homepage.
They're pulling out stuff out of their pockets, and
I'll be able to let you know what our Twitter page is. Of course, I have a really old phone, so...
We've got a Facebook page as well, Zenus Expeditionary Force.
And a lot of the content that you'll find on Twitter will also be on the Facebook page as well. The two are linked. But of course, my phone doesn't want to cooperate here to let you know our Twitter handle.
It's Klingon technology.
But if you go to the engine page, there is a banner that links directly to our Twitter as well.
Okay.
And you'd be able to follow us on Twitter there too.
Now, Laura is shaking. I can tell she's not feeling well. And what we'll do... Is there anything you want to add?
Just that Star Trek Vegas is an excellent experience if you're into Star Trek.
Stay hydrated.
Definitely stay hydrated.
Don't catch the con crud, trust me, it's unpleasant.
It is.
Yep.
The alcohol will kill that.
You'd think, but I still got sick last night. Yeah, I got a fever last night. It was no fun. Con crud, it's a real thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and people think we're joking. And then, I don't know if you guys know about post-con depression.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. It's very serious, especially at DragonCon.
And that's something like Star Trek Online, because you can talk to your friends who may have been here, and it's something. Yeah. She's nodding yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And the STO community is a really great community. The developers here, if you are into Star Trek Online, it's a great chance to get to meet them, to get to see all the effort that they put behind the game. And as well, they're really attentive in terms of hearing out what you'd like to see in future iterations of the game, the type of content you want to see.
They're open to suggestions.
Absolutely, and it's been a really great experience getting to meet more members of the STO community, like here at G&T.
Yeah.
And
Caspian Rising, and we'll see about doing things together, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And you were saying something and you sparked it, and I lost it.
I'm sorry, I don't know what I just said. But the important thing is that the STO community, it's a very well-knit community. Whether you're into the PvE aspect of the game, whether you're into role-playing like the ZEF is, there's a lot of interconnectedness there, and it's a great opportunity to meet so many fans of the game.
Anything else you want to add? She's like, I want to go to bed.
No, I've got prejudging for the costume contest.
You really? Congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, we're all going to be pulling for her.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It was a great time. Thank you.
Jolan True, bitches.
Music for the G&T show is provided by Warp 11, Andrew Allen, Grethor, and 5 Year Mission. This has been a Busy Little Beaver production.
Some dude walks out, proceeds to explain what it's all about. I sure want to leave. I think you'd agree, but we cannot leave till we find out what it's all about. It's all make-believe, nothing is permanent down here. It's just an amusement park. But come true, 'cause you just